Well, hello again. This is Magic Mo with today's topic of basically the magic of our realization of deflection. And I mean that in when we're dealing with others, whether it be work, social, family, just random Joe Schmo that you meet at the Walmart or the Olive Garden or anywhere, basically. The magic of realizing that it's deflection. This takes time. And I will tell you, even me saying this now, I haven't gotten it down to an exact science where it's instantaneous that I have the realization that, okay, in reality, these people aren't really frustrated with me per se. They're deflecting what's going on within themselves and their surroundings, what, is put on their plate, and pushing that off to you because you're not a side dish that they ordered, I guess is my best analogy for that. And it takes a lot of time to then just digest that, how people can be in regards to just deflecting. And it comes down to a lot of animosity. That's really where we feel it the most. It's never deflected happy, magical energy. It always seems to be in the upsetment, disappointment, anger scenarios that we find the deflection. And when you are a happy, magical, motivated type of person, you are basically walking around with a target right on you. And so I say that coming from experience. And with that being said, I would never say change who you are, because you do want people to feel like they can be open and honest. But just always have that takeaway from the scenario that this is them deflecting. Because if they're coming at you about something that I'm only one person, I've done the best I could with this scenario with the information I was given, and you can be angry all you want, this is where we are with it, and we're just going to take it from there. If you already know that within your gut, within everything you've got, then you have to chalk it up to that they're deflecting, because there's a scenario that's out of their hands and you are the easy target because your heart is so big and so open, and you take in the criticism and so forth just willingly, because you'd rather not have the argument, because ultimately, let's face it, it's not worth it. Winning an argument is really ultimately winning nothing at all, because you're only gonna get another argument, a couple days later, next week, next month, whatever it might be. So winning an argument, no one's really a winner in that, the fact that there even is an argument. So to me, and a lot of people would like to think that to not pose the argument for your own self, to stand up for yourself, is really you just cowering down to other people. I don't feel that to be true. I think you just, basically, it's sad to phrase it this way, but yesing someone to death is more of the right answer, because you're going to get more out of it as time continues, because you didn't put up a fight over something that within yourself is of non-issue. And that's really all that matters, is how you think and how you feel. And how you react is going to prove that point exponentially. when you're combative back to somebody, that and using foul language and getting your arms all up in the air and everything else, that you can't be doing this to me, you can't be saying this, you don't know what I do, and just all kinds of things that you could just be pulling out of your behind to be trying to convince somebody. It's not going to get you any further than where you started out in the first place, except your blood pressure is going to go up, you're going to get a headache, and you're not going to be any happier afterwards. Period. End of discussion. So, making sure that you're just true to yourself and the understanding of the fact that, yeah, I have the realization, that I can just deflect this at any time. I don't need this, don't want it, and I don't need to really engage in conversation of the sort that would create anger, animosity, any of that. You want nothing but positivity. So, yes, for the moment, will we have to eat that? Will we have to eat the negative comments because someone's deflecting their own troubles and frustrations to us, and we know that it's not really based on us? Yeah, we do eat that. But we can be okay with it. I truly believe this. If we just realize that's all that it is a moment. And then you turn the table with a smile on your face, with the knowing, the knowledge that it is nothing but a deflection of their own frustrations, whether it be with themselves, circumstance, what have you. And riding with it in your own positive, magical way is what's going to keep you through. Because then you still stay true to who you are, as opposed to letting, the heat miser out, as I like to say. Well, when we're having our angry moments. We're trying to see less of him. And Snow Miser, I think he's just riding pine altogether. But with all that being said, I really do think that the more that we can just deflect any criticism and negativity and just take it for what it is, that it is a lot of times other people not wanting to face what maybe reality might be for them, or finding a reason why something didn't go right, and rather than look inside or take another glance at what could be done different in the future for another experience similar to what is going on currently, it's easier to deflect it to someone that they know is going to sit there and say, okay, I'm sorry, I'll do better next time, and all of that good stuff. And I suggest just doing that, because you're better off that way. And then also for your own self, then sit and think, okay, well, I looked at the whole scenario at the time that it was occurring. This was the best scenario I could come up with. And we rolled the dice. And this is where we landed. But that was all talked about, agreed upon, before we even got into the project. So the deflection of anger towards me and that it's all my fault kind of attitude that people tend to get sometimes, it's just gonna have to be rolled off. I know it's easier said than done, people, believe me. It took me a very long time, and I will say that I have moments where it's not easy by any stretch, especially when you know, and you know you're the only one that knows all the effort, energy, and thought you put into getting something done as best as you could with what you had to work with, and it was still not right, and somehow it was still your fault. So believe me, I get it. But for the sake of what I'm talking about here, and for the sake of just our own overall health, we should all have, the mind of being able to be upset, disappointed, angry, whatever the case might be, for just the moment. And then from there, just knowing that yourself is not worth that kind of energy, the negativity, the downgrading, all of that good stuff. Just the knowledge that you tried your best and you're not going to allow the others that are trying to deflect everything that they have that could be total crapola on you because they're just in the mood to do so and you just happen to be there. The knowledge of your own self-worth, which I talk about a lot in everything. Knowing your own self-worth is not worth that, but to rise above and know that they are just deflecting and you're basically an easy target because you're magical, because you're positive. And when others are having a rough go at it, guess who they want to go for first? They want to go for the happy ones. So, with all of that being said, I say, do the best you can with just, they're trying to deflect, and push everything on you. Do it right back. Ping pong, back at them. And just don't let it bug you. I know sometimes we're in a mood that we want to have that anger in us. I don't know why that is sometimes. It's a rarity for me. I will say that. But don't let that be something that's in your everyday wheelhouse. Save that for times when you should really be upset about something. Illness, a death, an accident, loss of work, something of actual severity. The everyday nonsense, just continue to let it roll off. And especially people. Like I say, there's enough within our own everyday lives to be, thinking about, trying to navigate and so forth, to be so worried about how other people view us and also how they talk to us and treat us. So I think being able to take that step away and just do the reflection of the deflection that these people are putting out there it's very therapeutic to take that step back and understand that they're not really unhappy with you. Because in your own self, you didn't do anything wrong to the point that they're expressing. And they are coming at you from a point of upsetment and anger about other things that they can't control. What they're looking at when they talk to you is something they feel that they can control. However, you know better. So take that into the perspective that it's meant to be, which is that you control you all day, every day. So, with that being said for today, I hope everything is magical. Make sure to keep it that way, stay that way, all of that good stuff. And I will talk to you again real soon.